Alright, this is the game on Ensk in the Tier 8 French light tank, the AMX 1390. Ensk is this really sort of small map. It's really easy to see it all the way across of it. So light tanks really don't work that well from a scouting perspective here, but they are really good for flanking. So I'm going to show a little bit of details about how you would normally try to spot this 6 line, and also how you can use your speed and read the map in order to get around to positions where you can actually be effective with your gun, even in a tier 10 game. And then there's 2 ways that you can spot this 6 line. You can do it from further back, but you can also do a more passive thing further back, or you can do a more active spotting further up. So what I'm going to do is an active spotting here. And so what I'll do is I'll basically just make it so that I back up into the row, and then I basically move back out. And then you'll usually get lit because, again, this distance from here to here is not that great. And then you just kind of want to get a sense for what tanks they have back here, and if possible, which direction things are going. And when things aren't lit, and during this time, it's usually a good opportunity for these guys back here, as well as artillery, to shoot anybody who sits in this line, because they'll often camp in this line. And you don't want to sit out in the 6 line if you can avoid it, because a lot of people will blind fire, and also, you know, it's fairly easy to get lit there. And then, so that's probably all the intel that we're going to get out of that. So you have to get ready to leave, and we know that they have people on this line, so you don't want to just drive out here. So one of the best things to do is to peek out here first to see if there's anybody in these windows, and then you can leave through that side. So we didn't see anything, so we can leave. And then there's 2 ways you can go around this building. I go around it to the left. I probably should have gone around it to the right, because I do know that there are guys on the 6 line. But you know, I get lit, but they miss. And then I'm going to drop light again. And then right now I'm looking at our dispersion. Our field of, our city over here looks fine. We have more than enough tanks for what they have here. Our IS-7 is kind of YOLOing with the Foch up the 1 line, even though they're lit, right? But we've got a lot of tanks, including a few of our 9s out here, so I want to go out into the field and see if I can support it all, because I'm not sure exactly what they have out here yet. And then as I get out here, I see we start to pick up some more of their 10s, so they have, you know, at least those 2 10s. The Artie's back there, they've got the Lorraine. So I'm going to see if I can get some pot shots here, but given the comp in the field, you know, we'll have to see. Hopefully we can win it. And so I know that the Lorraine is over here, so he's going after the Conqueror, but he doesn't see me until I shoot down the wall. And then now we have numbers on these guys here, so these guys theoretically should be fine, but see how these guys are on the 1 line are getting wrapped in this D1, E1, the IS-7 went down. That's what happens when you push too far on one flank. You basically you basically flank yourself, because the enemy just, you know, can come around behind you and shoot you. So a Wheezy 132 came down the middle and went around over here through the center, so that's where I'm headed next. They've got 2 guys in this courtyard here, so if I cross through here, I'm going to get lit. And so as I come up here, though, I see that this Indian is occupied on the other side, looking at the F line, so that's going to give me an opportunity to shoot him. And their Artie is now down, so I'm only concerned about direct fire, so I go after the WZ-132 next. And then at this point, it's about identifying pockets where they have guys who are out of position, and just sort of exploiting that. And so our guys in the town eventually managed to encircle these guys. They didn't really have much in here. They actually had more out in the field, weight-wise. And then I know the JT is around that position, so it'll be pretty easy for me to go around in the back. And even if he comes all the way back out here, I mean, I can take a hit to get to the back of him. auto aim for the win. And then it's just mop up. So anyways, you can spot this line, and again, if you want to spot it as a passive spotter, you can do it from further back. It's nice to get lights up here. Typically what you'll do in a lot of organized games is that you'll put people back here, you'll have some guy spot, and then you'll just shoot down that lane if you can. You can also spot them if they've got an eastward push. You can have guys over on the side of the tracks that can shoot up as well. So getting that spot is good just for, not only for intel, but also for getting some early damage in, if people, you know, are actually paying attention. And then otherwise, it's sort of about reading the map. You know, I wasn't really sure what they had in the field, but I know that we have a lot of tanks in the field, so it was important to at least go out there and try to support them. And you've got enough speed, and particularly on a small map, that, you know, we were able to clip out that Lorraine and still come back in time to support the city. Although it seems like both flanks did fairly well in this particular match. And then, so if you look at the damage done, we ended up getting top damage, but that's again mostly because we're mobile, and we you know, we didn't have to take on any tanks frontally, really. It was just about catching guys who were occupied with somebody else and just using your clip and taking time with your shots, and making sure that each one deals damage, rather than, and that's one of the issues with when a lot of people play these clip tanks. You know, it's nice to be able to fire as fast as you can, but you need to make sure that each shot counts, because when you get into that reload, it's a really long reload, and you don't want to screw it up too much. So I hope that was helpful. I think this is the first Ensk map that I've done, and thanks for watching.